Two more additions to the living room decoration. Put up our Santa snow globe. And I forgot, in a box it says elves. Let's take a look. And here's our elves on the shelves. They're not very big, but we're going to put them up here. We haven't put them up in about a year or so because last year, I think, was the first year that Luke found out about Santa Claus. But these are elf on the shelves, so we finally put those up, and we got Mr. and Mrs. Claus. These are hand painted. My wife actually painted both of these. It's got a nice little fireplace, but she personally painted and glossed those. We were heavy into arts and crafts a few years ago. Yeah, so I didn't get too much done today. Actually got some regular sleep, I'd have to say. I didn't do too much more decorating around the house. Didn't get to watch the Blackhawks last night, even though they won. Sorry, covering up the camera here. Didn't get to watch the Blackhawks last night, even though they won. I was able to watch it on a rebroadcast today. But what we're going to do is, it's evening time, it's about 5 o'clock or so. I'm going to head on out and get some McDonald's, get some food. And I think we're going to do some Q&A in the car, something different. So stick with me. I appreciate you viewing. Can't see the car. Well, for a Q&A, we had a couple people sending some questions to me, which I appreciate. And I'm going to read a few of them off as I drive to work and try and answer them. I'm sorry, drive to McDonald's. So we're going to read off a few of these questions as I drive to McDonald's to pick up some dinner for the boys. We generally don't eat out at McDonald's very often. Maybe about once a week at the most. We generally cook for 5-6 days out of the week, and we have a one eat out night. And the wife went to a holiday party for her work, so I forgot to take out ground beef to cook dinner, and I cook dinner most nights, which is fine with me. I don't mind cooking. I like cooking. The kids, they're kind of picky, and they have their certain foods they like, so none of it's very difficult. So the first question is from a Jennifer. Jennifer asks, should teens go to jail for shoplifting under $100? Unique question. Don't know why that question was submitted to me, but I appreciate, Jennifer, your question. In Illinois, there are, I'm not sure about your state, every state has different criminal statutes. In Illinois, they follow what's called the Illinois Criminal Code of 1961. Of course, they update it since then. And shoplifting under $150 is a misdemeanor, which generally won't get you jail time unless the person has a prior criminal activity. Mostly misdemeanors will involve 6 to 9 months of jail, or 6 to 9 months of jail at the most. That's for repeat offenders. First-time offenders under 150 generally will have a fine And of course they have now a criminal record to go along with it. So Jennifer, thank you for submitting that question, and we're going to get to question number 2 in a second.
The truth is, that really shows what happens.
If you came to prove, there's no reason to prove. And now you've got yourself something funky.
So we got our McDonald's, and there's our questions that I wrote down from the internet. And I'm going to answer the second one. I had a person whose name is Golden ask me a question: what's your favorite pizza? So in the city of Joliet, there's you can imagine different cities have different pizzas. There is a family-owned business, friends of mine, not because they're friends, but it's some of the best pizza in town. It's called Cimino's Pizza, and the Cimino family do a great job. If you go to their restaurant, it's not a paid endorsement. They don't even know I'm talking about this. You're in the restaurant, you get one of their hot, fresh pizzas. It's absolutely amazing. They do a great job. But second to that is in Romeoville, which is a city nearby. It's only about 10-15 minutes away. They have a restaurant called At's a Nice Pizza, and we order from them regularly because the wife works in Romeoville, and that they do a really good pizza there. So that's our second favorite. And our third is a local restaurant called Giovanni's. I think it's Giovanni's. And they make a 36-inch pizza. I want to say it's 36-inch. It's like double the size of any largest pizza of any pizzeria you can imagine, any national chain. It feeds a family of 6 easily. It's like 36 to 40, or is it maybe 50 inches? It's just a humongous pizza. You have to call and order it ahead, but they always cook it perfectly. We'll get that for special occasions, for birthdays, something like that. So those are my favorite pizzas, at least in my town. And we're going to be on to question number 3 in a second. Boys, yeah. Dinner's here. Let me get the drinks. Are you hungry? Apparently so. My God, slow down before you eat your fingers. Okay, question number 3. I'm going to continue to film this on my cell phone. There is a tweeter. His name is The Cool Boy. And he asks, what will you do on Christmas Eve? On Christmas Eve, usually my mother is the oldest of 5 children. And we have a large family, and we get together every Christmas Eve. All the aunts, uncles, children, and grandchildren. And we celebrate Christmas. That's our big party of the year. And then on Christmas Day, we have our individual parties with our own personal individual families. past couple years I haven't been able to do too much on Christmas Day. I've had to work because the work that I'm at requires coverage 365 days a year. This year I think I'll have both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. My schedule can change. But we get together and we have tons of appetizers. We have lots of fish and shrimp, crackers, salami, cheeses, all kinds of different things. And then we have since we're an Italian family, we have calamari. And we have regular pasta. We have meatballs, sausage. We have all kinds of breads. We have just various things. And then every family brings desserts. And we have a table full of desserts after dinner. So we do that every single year. And it's something everyone looks forward to. Number 4. A Mifina, M-I-F-F-E-N-A. Mifina. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Mifina asks, what have you always wanted to say to someone? Don't have a thought for that. What bothers me is one of my pet peeves is when you're standing in line at the supermarket, you're ready to check out, you're in the checkout line, and people behind you are right up on your back. I don't get that. I don't get why some people don't get personal space. They should know, just like a car length, a person length. Give someone some personal space. You shouldn't have to stand on the back of my shoulder or look over my shoulder. I can almost feel your breath on my ear. You don't need to be that close. We're all not going anywhere. We're all in line. We're all trying to get out. Why do you need, what's it going to be? How is that going to help you by standing right at my back? That's one of my pet peeves. So, but I try to be polite when I'm out. Everyone's just trying to do their thing. If I had a rude moment or a rude bone in my body, I'd probably turn around and say, step off. That's the first thing that comes to mind. If I have other thoughts, maybe we'll redo this question in the future. Number 5. Annie asks, what's the name of your first dog? My first dog I grew up with, his name was Boris. He was a dachshund, as the small wiener dogs that you see. We had him before I was born, and we had him a few years after, and that was my first dog. His name was Boris. Then I think we had our second dog named Rufus. Then we had one named Maxine. Then we had Isabella. Okay, I'm sorry I got interrupted by my son Lucas. We're on question number 6, I think, because the question 5 was the name of your first dog, which was Boris. Question 6, Al asks, have you ever boycotted anything? No, I don't fault people for having their choices of their own restaurants. I know people have boycotted certain places such as Starbucks and other places for their political views, for their company policies, things of that nature. I don't believe on pushing boycotts on other people because some people might not have the same political views as you do or the same tastes. What I do is I do support certain places for views that I hold true to me, such as I've supported Chick-fil-A in the past and supported Hobby Lobby for their views. You've probably read up on them. You've seen them on the news. So I've supported certain places that are dear to the issues that concern me. But I will never tell someone to boycott a particular business. These are businesses. They're employees that work inside. They're people who are supporting their own friends and family themselves. Don't want to put them out of work. So I will support a business that's dear to my heart, but I will never tell other people to boycott something. Well, number 7, and it's our last question, is from a tweeter named Micah, M-I-K-A, Micah. Well, thank you, Micah, for this question. And Micah asks, how's the bunny rabbit doing? And if you notice one of our earlier vlogs from about a week ago, I had a visitor in the morning in my backyard, and every single day a bunny rabbit would come and visit and sit with me. Not naturally right next to me, but a couple feet away. And whenever I'd walk outside, open up the door, walk near it, it wouldn't leave, it wouldn't move. It was comfortable. It had a nice bed of leaves. And our bunny rabbit, we recently had snow. Check out the vlog from last night or the night before. We had a lot of snow in the area, big snowstorm, first snowstorm of the year. And unfortunately, the bunny rabbit's bed got snowed over. So he hasn't visited me in a day or two. I don't know if the bunny rabbit will come back once the snow melts. If it does, we've had some extremely cold weather. But I appreciate you asking about the bunny rabbit. No, he hasn't been back. And I'll leave some carrots out for him. Hopefully the poor guy can get along in this cold winter. Well, that's our 7 questions for today. This is our first attempt at doing a different kind of Q&A. And thank you for watching our entire video today. It wasn't a very eventful day, but I thought I'd try and reach out and say hello and answer a few questions. We'll try and do some Q&A every single week and answer people's questions. So thank you very much for watching the video again. And please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And you have a good day, Gothamites.
And now you've got yourself something funky.